JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and in this video, we're going to be going over some new cards. We got more Expiry support, we got more Meconko support, and then, of course, we got new Photon Galaxy support. So, without further ado, let's just jump into this. So, our new Expiry is a Dark Fairy XZs, rank 7. It has 1100 attack, which doesn't really matter, but it has 2800 defense, which is pretty good. Any 2 level 7s will do it. You can also XE summoning this card by using a rank 2 with you control with 5 or more materials. You can transfer its materials to this card. If this card has 5 or more materials, it's unaffected by your opponent's activated card or activated effects. And you can detach 2 materials, target 1 card your opponent controls or is in their graveyard and place it at the bottom of their deck. And it's a quick effect if you control a level 1 Puree. So this is a pretty easy card to do that because the whole point of the Puree deck is to kind of stack materials on top of some stuff. It's kind of like a 1-card Xyz deck, just like Zoo was, but not as powerful. But this effect is very powerful and better than Trident. Don't come for me. Yeah, I think this card is very powerful. I think this card it's going to be like the payoff for the deck. So yeah, but we're going to move on to the Meconko equip spell, which is funny because I said that they need more of these, so it's good that we are getting more. So your monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. Cool. During your main phase, you can special summon one from your hand or deck with a different original name than the equipped monster. And if you do equip this card to it, then return the monster this card was equipped to the hand. So the idea of this is that you get to summon out the other one because there's a fire and there's a water one right now. There might be an earth and wind one later. We'll have to wait and see. But right now this is really good as well. This is a better version than the trap card that summons one out from the hand or deck. So yeah, I think that this card is very good and very needed. And yeah, this deck just really needed more equipped spells, so this really. Also, this can be equipped to your opponent's monster as well. So if you're going second, you can do it that way, which is it's also removal too, because it doesn't say equipped to a monster you control. Now we got the Photon Galaxies, and there's quite a bit of it, and I'm gonna try to jump through it as fast as I can. So, Photon Emperor is a level 8 light warrior effect, 2800 attack, 1000 defense, and it has its first effect can only be used once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard except from the field, you have another Photon Galaxy or Galaxy monster on the field, special summon this card in defense. After you normal or special summon, you can normal summon one light monster during your main phase this turn. In addition to your normal or set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. So, you can send this card, for example, from the hand to the graveyard with Galaxy Soldier, and then since that's a cost, once Galaxy Soldier resolves, Galaxy Soldier will be Chainlink 1. This will be Chainlink 2 to summon itself back. So it gets you right to a rank 8. So that's very cool. It is a okay extender overall and lets you extend even further. Which kind of sucks. This deck needs more starters, I think, than anything. Next up, we got another extender, Galaxy Summoner. It's a level 4 light spellcaster. 1600 attack, 1400 defense. Its first and second effects are hard ones per turn each. If it's normal or special, special summoned, you can target one Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard except for itself, and in defense position. Second effect says you can target one other light monster you control and have its level become 4 until the end of the turn. The idea behind this is that once you get some of your other monsters in the field, you can normal summon this, activates effect, summon it, like even one of your level 8s. And then you can use this effect to overlay into one of your rank 4s, as the Galaxy deck has, access to 4s and 8s. It's not a bad card at all. I think it's pretty good. But we're going to move to Gallic Karibo. So it's a new Karibo. Love the artwork. It's a level 1 Light Fiend effect. 300 attack, 200 defense. Standard Karibo stats. So it's always treated as a Galaxy card. If your opponent declares an attack, you can discard this card to special summon one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck, then change that attack target to it. Then you can attach this card from your graveyard to material of an Xyz, or to an Xyz on the field as material. If a Galaxy or Photon and or Galaxy monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. So that second effect is pretty good, and the first effect's alright, but I think that this card is a little slow and too reliant on your opponent. Sure, this might win you a few games or it might save you, but overall I don't think it's very worth it, in my honest opinion. And the next card we're going to talk about is very anime, because I have read some of these cards before, but it's very anime and does what a lot of anime decks do. It hits them really hard. So it is a rank 8. It is 4,000 attack, 3,000 defense, 3 level 8 light monsters. You can also X these by using Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon you control, and then you just transfer the materials. At the start of a battle phase, you can detach one material from this card. This card can attack up to 3 monsters during this battle phase. If this card has Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon as material, gains these effects, it's unaffected by your opponent's monster effects and gains attack equal to the combined levels and ranks of all monsters attached to it as material times 100. So, if you make this the normal way, this will gain 2,400 attack, but when you detach for the start of the battle phase, the attack and everything, it'll gain an extra 1,600, making it 56. If you have Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, which I think... I don't remember which one that is. I don't remember if that's the one that requires 3 level 8s or 2 level 8s and everything. But if it is 3, then that's pretty wild. If it's 2, then it's pretty much the same. Overall, I think this card is it's just an OTK machine. That's all it is at the end of the day. The Glubion probably does the job a little bit better, but that's beside the point. We're going to move to Galaxy Photon Dragon. It is a light dragon Xyz that's a rank 4 with 2,000 attack and 0 defense. 2 level 4 monsters are its materials, and you can use its second and third effect only once per turn each. All other light monsters you control gain 500 attack. Its second effect says you can detach one material from this card, take one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. If a light monster is special summoned to your field, you can target one of them that has a level, and its level becomes 4 or 8 until end of turn. So what this card can do is this card can set up the card we talked about first, the one that if it's sent to the graveyard, except from the field, I believe, you can special summon it back. So, as long as you control a Galaxy or a Photon. So if you make this, for example, you can send that to the graveyard for the detach ability, and then it summons itself back. Then you get an extra normal summon, and you can go into rank 8 plays and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Very good card. I think that this card helps the deck out a little bit, especially with some of their plays and stuff like that. But we're gonna move to Galaxy 100. So it's a continuous spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Its second effect is a hard once per turn. When this card resolves, you can send one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to the graveyard. And then if a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is special summoned to your field, you can look at your opponent's extra deck, then apply one of these effects. Banish one monster from it. Special summon one number from it to your field. So, you're pretty much going to be using the banish monster, I think, more times than not, unless you're in very specific matchups. But the sending one also helps with the the first card we talked about earlier, because it's a foolish burial that you send it and then you summon one and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Also, this is pretty much Ash Blossom bait as well if you want to do that, but I've seen this deck play through Ash Blossom, and it doesn't really matter. So this card's pretty good. But we're going to move on to Numeron Creation. It's a normal spell. It's always treated as a Galaxy Eyes card. You can only apply this card's effects per turn. If there are 3 or more light dragon monsters on the field with 3,000 or more original attack, you can special summon one dragon number XE's monster from your extra deck, then attach this card as material to it. So that's kind of cool because that allows you to just get out a monster and then you can overlay on top of that, like overlay the rest of your monsters you have out in the field and stuff like that, and just like continue going from there. That's something that's really cool that you can do. I don't know how relevant this card really is, though. I think if you have 3 or more light dragons with 3,000 or more original attack on the field, even if they have 0, I think you're going to be probably winning the game anyway. If you're going second. If you're going first, I still think you're probably better off doing something else. But let's move on to our last card, Photon Deceleration. So, it's a normal trap card. Take 1 Photon Galaxy, Photon or Galaxy continuous spell card from your deck and either add to your hand or place it face up on your field. If this set card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect during your opponent or during their turn, you can control Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon or Xyz monster as material. That has as a material, it becomes the end phase. So, Photon Deceleration, so it's about slowing stuff down. The first name is a bit unfortunate, the direct translation name, but I'm assuming it's going to be something like deceleration, which means to slow down. Is its first effect is fine. Its second effect is pretty good, but the problem is that Galaxy doesn't really need this. It's not gonna play too many trap cards at all, if any. So it doesn't need any of really traps. It's a combo centric deck that ends up summoning like a bunch of level 8 monsters and can OTK really easily. But that's just my opinion. There's also a Trap Tricks deck coming out, a structure deck coming out. That's all I'm gonna mention on it. And we don't know any more about it. But that's going to do it for this video. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. And if you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, maybe of Photon or of the Shrine Maiden Meconko deck or something else, just in general, you can send it to JankyYGO at gmail.com. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.